Hey, thank you very much, Emily, and appreciate everyone coming today and talking with us. Um, I am here with our vet science class of animals. We are excited to talk about them. Some of you may know about our product, our canine vet trainer, which is behind me here, our lab there, black lab there that we brought out over a year ago. And it is one that, again, is a great tool to use in your classroom for getting students to understand those learning processes within vet science and some of the great techniques that you can learn with it. Today, we're going to be talking about two other products. We now have our feline here, our feline vet trainer. So working not only in the world of the dogs, but also in our cat world. And so we're going to talk about that today. And then also using kind of widening our world of canines, we have our canine auscultation trainer here. And so we'll be talking about that as well today. So thank you for taking the time. We will start with our feline vet trainer today and talk about some of the features, but also how it affects and how it can be used in your classroom. So I'm excited to kind of walk through that and what is involved with the feline vet trainer today. So to talk through this first, want to just work with our newest model here and some of the vet science practicum and training standards that are involved with this. Now, the great thing about our feline here is it is a full-size cat, and it hits a lot of different standards that can be worked with it, from applying a cat muzzle, removing the cat from a cage, wrapping in a fear-reduced manner, and then also restraining it. So the movement of this animal, being able to have it full size, can do a lot of things for restraint and handling purposes, but it also hits a lot of the standards, not only for FFA for the practicum, but also for some of the agriculture standards. One of the main ones being, excuse me, performing several common veterinary hospital procedures on this animal as we go through. So, want to just start with and do a shout out as we do have our new 2024 catalogs in the mail and online. So you can hopefully you'll be getting one in the mail very shortly if you haven't yet gotten that. Otherwise, you can always go onto our website and download our catalog. It is now there, so you can go and see all of our products, but you will also see these two new products in that catalog as well. And when we start talking about the feline vet trainer, one of the things here that we want to kind of just point out is that it is a male cat. We did that purposely. We wanted it to be something so you can catheterize it and do it in the manner there. So it is a male cat, but the other pieces of this is we wanted it so you could do proper restraints, proper holds. It does move. There's movements in its arms or its front legs and its back legs, excuse me, and being able to move the cat and into positions and being able to have it move very realistically in that sense. The other interesting parts here is that not only for restraints, but why would you do those restraints? Well, for blood draws and for injections. And so in this case here, we have the ability for you to do some of those. So you can actually do a injection here, both in the front leg here on the back, and be able to move and be able to do that for injections. Another great feature here is proper CPR technique. The great piece about this, and I will show you in the next slide here, is we want students to be able to do actually understand CPR for a cat, and also the technique that you would do. Now, this allows us to do it sanitary, as we have the ability to basically use a bag that the student can actually do over the snout, that works with the body here, so they can actually see, are they getting that chest to rise or not? Are they able to do that in a mouth to snout resuscitation? And then also being able to make sure that they're putting their hands and doing the technique correctly. Lastly, then, we have the ability for them to do catheterization. So actually having the ability for a cat to be catheterized, being able to put it in there, stitch into correct place, and be able to do that whole gamut. So kind of the hands-on learning tools as we go through this is, again, this is a great picture here on the screen of the ability for our cat to actually have a bag that we use over the mouth, goes in through the nose and then down into the stomach and use I'm sorry, into the lungs, not the stomach, the lungs, allowing you to then breathe in and make sure that you are actually getting those breaths and seeing that chest rise in it. So the hands-on learning ability, and it sterilizes for you and that student where they can take that bag out and then be able to reuse that bag themselves or throw it away as another student comes and uses it. Another piece of the puzzle here is that blood draw zone. So again, we have a jugular, cephalic, and femoral vein that a student can actually feel for, actually look and try to understand where is it located, and then actually do blood draw. We have the ability where you could hook up the animal here in the back where water can then go in. It is a closed loop system. So then they can actually do that blood draw and feel that poke into that vein, and then actually see that water. And again, it's water only here, but water to be withdrawn and being able to understand that. The next one then is injection sites, being able to do different injection sites on our cat here. We don't use fluid in this for injection sites, but they actually can do injections for different medicines and for different vaccinations. So going in here and finding the correct position, and then have that soft tissue here, that soft muscle, to be able to actually do an injection site for the cat. And then finally here, catheterization insertion. So being able to actually catheterize and being able to go inside, do that, make sure that you have it so it will stay. You can do a stitch. You don't have to do a stitch, but it allows you to be able to do that and be able to do a catheter insertion on the feline, giving some of those veterinary science kind of techniques and procedures for your students to try and use with our cat. Now, jumping over to our canine auscultation trainer. With the time we have, want to also talk through our canine auscultation trainer. Again, very similar to our feline vet trainer, where it can sit, it can stand, so the animal can actually stand up, it can sit, these legs can move into positions based on what you want it to do and where you want it to be. I'm going to sit it here for right now, but our auscultation trainer here allows you to have the animal where you have the positioning that you're going to need to actually check and to work with it. So let's start with some of the vet science practicum and training pieces here, really focusing on our standards. What are those standards? And so some of the things that you can do here is, working safely in the agriculture and worksite lab with the dog, how you position it, where you place it, being able to do that. Some other ones that are very all these are focused areas and standards that you can use with our animal. The ones in bold are just a little bit more focused here that I want to talk about is the knowing the animal's body, where to place the stethoscope, what kind of illnesses might be present when you listen for certain sounds, what you might hear and what you might know. So in this case, it really focused on the body, understanding where to put the stethoscope, where on the animal's body to put that stethoscope, what sounds you're looking for, what illnesses could be found based on that auscultation training that you're going to do. And then also performing some of those common veterinary hospital procedures. So listening for some of those issues, and then what would you do after the fact there and know what it is. So really helps that. Now, in this case, our animal really focus on the sounds of the heart, the lung, and the bowels. And again, shout out to our new catalog that has just dropped. So it might be coming in your mailboxes, but at the same time, if you don't have it, you can always go onto our website and just type in 2024 agriculture catalog, and you can see all of the catalog on a downloadable version there as well. In this case, our canine auscultation trainer comes with our um, Realityworks reality scope. Now, the way this works is you actually just slide your stethoscope right into the holder here. You listen it to it yourself, and then you can work on placement of this on the dog's body, both for lung sounds, heart sounds, and then bowel sounds. We also have our little tablet here, our phone tablet. In this case, our phone tablet allows you to pick out the different sounds, be able to hear them on your dog once you put them in the correct place. The great feature about this is that it is about placement as much as just hearing the sound. So if I am in the heart sounds area and I put it on my dog and I'm looking and I can put it up here and I'm in the wrong place, I'm going up here, I'm not going to hear any sounds. But if I start putting it into the right place, then all of a sudden I'm going to hear the sound. And then I want to also be able to listen to the sound and be able to hear what that sound is and what type of sound I should be listening for. Now, that is great for a healthy dog. But what about a dog that has some sort of issue, some illness, some sort of disease, or some problem? Well, we have 22 different lifelike sounds that goes through these different diseases, the different issues that are also available for you. What does this do? It allows students to not only hear that, healthy dog, but some of those sounds, some of those issues that a dog that you may not ever hear. They may not hear in the classroom. They may not hear if they go down this pathway until they're out in the field or for many years later. So it gives them that understanding. All of these sounds are there for you, both on our tablet as well as in the classroom setting. So let's just take a moment here, right, and listen to some of those sounds that you would hear while you're actually doing this auscultation. So I have a few sounds here, and this slide here shows for the student, they would see on their tablet, all right, in this case, it's the healthy heartbeat. And then it shows the different areas where they would want to place their scope here and actually go in here and find that place and then listen for those sounds. And here's the sound of the normal heartbeat that you would hear. Now, they can then put that here and have it in their stethoscope, and they would be able to hear that normal sound, that normal heartbeat. Now, in this case, there are other types of heartbeats, so they can change on their tablet here, and they can go through and they can hear the other issues that are there. So, a fast heartbeat, a faint heartbeat. Some of it is some other issues that you may have in that world. All right. This is also something that you can listen to as an instructor with the student within our curriculum. All right. Then we also have breathing. So if I would go into the breathing and you can then look, okay, where do I need to be placing my stethoscope for the breathing? And this is just the sound of the normal breathing for the dog. All right. And I'm going to do one thing real quick here because I heard someone say they maybe couldn't hear it. So I will try that one more time and share my screen, and hopefully that you can hear that. All right. We'll try one more time with the normal breathing. Maybe you did hear it. All right. Then lastly, there's also bowel sounds. So from over here on the back of the dog, if I had the dog standing up here, the bowel sounds here showing in that case there, what we would share and show here is then being able to come over here and be able to have the bowel sounds as well. So let's hear what the bowel sounds sound like. So they're showing the different parts of the animal there and what the different area is, not only the area, but also the sounds itself. So in this case, placement is important as well as um, listening for those sounds. And then the great piece now, I just shared all normal sounds. There's a lot of other sounds, lot of other issues that we share with you. And it's like I said, 22 different sounds. So then they can start getting into other things and hear what does arrhythmia sound like? What does a murmur sound like? What are some of the hyperactivity for the bowel sound like? So they can go through some of those features and figure out what those sounds like, and then making sure placement is correct, learning about what those different sounds are, and then start going into that. Okay, if you have a murmur, what does that mean? What do I have to do differently? If you have faint breathing, what could cause that? What could some of those illnesses be? What can we do in that world? So the auscultation side of it allows you to really understand all the different pieces and parts of it in that world. Now, want to jump to both the feline and to the canine here and talk a little bit about some of our curriculum. So in this case here, these products not only come as hands-on trainers, allowing you to learn and gain insight to the product itself, but it also has curriculum with it. And so in this case here, our curriculum has PowerPoint slides talking about all the different parts and pieces that we go through. So the feline vet trainer here has all the different parts and pieces that you would want to walk through, interact with, and teach the students alongside with using the animal itself, the product itself. So you go through those activities. It comes with a curriculum, not only PowerPoint slides, but activities that you could do with that, different teaching and training parts of it that you can use with it while you do it. Same thing with our canine auscultation trainer. So it walks you through using a stethoscope. It walks you through where you need to be touching and holding. And then it also goes through the different abnormalities, what you are going to be listening to, what it sounds like, what you should be preparing for. Those are all different parts and pieces that you can share with your students in the classroom setting, not only just using this as a product, but also with that curriculum side. Now, the exciting piece of this is that we are also going to be sending you some curriculum to try and use for yourself. Using our animal clinic design curriculum, we have some veterinary technician career activities for you to try out that simulation, that interactiveness, looking at different careers that are out there for you, allowing that. So look for that as that will be coming your way so you can start seeing the curriculum, using it, but also get those students excited and interested in these types of fields as you go forward. So then you can promote and bring these into your classroom as well. Now, with the time we have left, I want to switch course and just also talk about some of our other complementary vet science opportunities. So we talked about our canine vet trainer. We also have a vet science package allowing you to go through and learn about the canine vet trainer, about our animal clinic design kit, and then some of our skeleton models and our suture models as well. So allowing you to use a lot of different hands-on tools to really dig into that vet science and bringing new opportunities into that classroom that you may not be able to bring the real thing into. We also have a lot of kits, getting students to understand different types of breeds, different types of feeding, diseases that come through, different types of the reproduction process, all the different things that you want to kind of work with your students to have a good understanding of what they might be seeing in that vet science world. Also, we are celebrating CT month this month. So we have a giveaway. So we would ask that you sign up for our giveaway, and the winners will receive one of these three different products that, again, work with employability, leadership, or contemporary entrepreneurship. This allows those students to start thinking about that world that they might be getting into, that careers that they're in. How could I be employable in that world? What are the leadership skills I need? Or do I want to start something and go some of my own way in that world? So these are opportunities for you as we are doing a giveaway. So we will be talking and giving that out as well. So, with that being said, last, with about 5 minutes left, we have time for any types of questions that you may have on these new products and how you might be able to bring them into your classroom and into the world of veterinary science.